Good Sunday morning to you, Cadre. Barber Dave with Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. I wasn't going to do a video today, but Spider, KJ, the Vez2, tagged me for something called hashtag new to me, hashtag scared to shave. So I thought I'd do a video on that. As far as new to me, I won an auction at the TSC for the TSC Clown Puke. Now the TSC Clown Puke is all that. Now I've never had this before, so this is brand new to me. And just to give you an idea what's in it, this is every soap that's in this tub. Abate y La Mantilla Crocos, Saffron, Ariana and Evans, Coco Cubano, Artisan Soap Shop Black Market, Artisan Soap Shop Starboard, Balaclaw Honey Tobacco, Balaclaw Hot Barrel Rose, Barrister and Man, Classic Beehive, Crisp Alpine Stream, Beer Soap, La Habana CBL, 50 Shades of Vetiver, Cold Soap, Cold River Soap Works, Madman's Bouquet, Country Club, Dark Forest, Chiseled Face Summer Storm, Chiseled Face Trade Winds, Sacra Blue, Dr. John's Arctic Hydra, Dr. John's Hydra, Elegant Rose, Woodland Spice, 11, Bosco, Fine Italian Citrus, Ginger's Garden, Havana Cognac, Grooming Department, Conco de Oro, Grooming Department, Mallard Lavender, Honeybee Sue Lemon, Habenman, Apollo de Rosa Musk, Jeeves Mountain Rain, L&L Harmony, La Toja, Lisa's Natural, Doc Holiday, Maca Root, Mason Boutique Maya, Myrrh Shaving Duck Sauce, Murphy and McNeil Trinity, Mystic Water, Adirondack Jack, Irish Traveler, Raspberry Lemon, Noble Otter, Two Kings, Oz, Polychrome and Tornadic, PAA Doppelganger, Prairie Creations Gentleman's Pipe, Razor Rock, Essential Lime Oil, Mutterfucker, and Santan Royale, Schirmanik, Delftens Daughterlag, Soap Smooth is Frozen Cranberry, Lion Versailles, Southern Witchcrafts is Sandalwood, Smitten Soapery is Big Daddy, Stone Cottage is Ball Isle, Sterling is Dunshire, Sandpiper, Sharp Dressed Man, Tobbs is Lavender, the Soap Exchange Fresh, Through the Fire Fine Craft, Currant and Roses. I'm a little worried about that one because that one lit me up pretty good. So I guess that could be scared to shave too. Tosca, Uncle John Pipe Smoke, Victory Shaving Company Rosie, West Coast Shaving Oriental, Wet Shaving Products Black Amber Vanille, Wet the Face, Zuzu's Petals, Holy Caw, Fugere Bouquet, Wickham's Frankincense, and Wild West Peace Pipe. So that's all in this tub. So we'll see what happens. So for my scared to shave, there's not too much, okay? And there's not too much I'm really scared of, period. But there is one. Early on in my shaving career, I wanted to get a custom razor, and Jerry Stark, being from Arizona, I went to him for my first one, which was the Ferrari you saw yesterday, and then the second one was what I call the Viking. Now that's this razor right here. It's got the Viking runes on the front. It is barbed wire Damascus, and it is a very extended point. Now, when I had this designed, and it's also got a mesquite wedge, and this is natural buffalo horn. So anyhow, that's what I'll be shaving with today. And the reason why it scares me is because this point right here is sharp. Now, that sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? Well, when I was designing the razor, I designed it on a razor that I couldn't afford at the time, and I really wanted badly, and they were pretty unobtainium, and that was the Whacker Chevalier. So that point right there, if you notice, they're very similar to what I have in the Jerry Stark. However, at the time, I did not know that the Chevalier was much shorter and a little bit more rounded. Now, this rounded point is muted for safety. Now, I did not know that at the time because I was pretty early on in my straight razing career. So this one is sharp. And now I've tried to mute it. It doesn't work. This Damascus is very hard. So this razor, based on that point right there, has given me probably the worst injury that I've ever had. So I avoid this razor for a couple of reasons. One, it intimidates me because you have to be so focused without, eating yourself, meaning that the angle, not only this way, but the angle this way has to be, so your yaw, your pitch has to be just perfect or you'll tear yourself up. So when KJ first tagged me on this, I said that's got to be the one. Now I'll be tagging 2 people at the end of this video to do this stunt shave or tagging, and once again it'll be new to me, hashtag new to me, hashtag scared to shave. So we'll go ahead and get started. Also today I'm using my Paladin Neptune Clio, beautiful brush with a Select Badger knot. For our aftershave, we'll be using the Nivea 2-in-1 without any 3D printed biological mammals floating on top, dead. And I nurse Dave. And then for the EDP, Van Cleef & Arpels Czar. So we'll go ahead and wet our face. I have no idea how this soap is going to. I've used some of the soaps that are in here, but I've never used it as the clown puke. So we'll see what happens. I've heard that obviously clown puke will lather real easy. And it does have a really neat scent. It's cologne-y, it's floral, and it's jumping off the puck. And this thing is packed so tight that I will probably have this clown puke for a long time based on my other soaps. So I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Just updating on the fire. The fire is a little over 114,000 acres now, 40% containment. So obviously, a lot of these soaps in here are top tier soaps. So obviously, lathering is not going to be an issue. Like I said, the only thing that concerns me, which I guess could be used as the scared to shave, is that rose and currant. Oh, what a wonderful smell. You know, it's just a spicy, it's hard to describe this. The lather feels a little sudsy as opposed to the softness, but I haven't added any water yet, none. But what's neat about this is I'm seeing a lot of these flavors vying for the top spot. So it's a really interesting experience. And I don't have a lot of experience with clown puke. Usually I use my tubs to the very end. And so this is really one of my first experiences with a clown puke tub. And I gotta tell you, it's nice. It's something totally different. Add a little bit more water. Really nice. Now we'll see on the performance, because this razor, and yes, I'm being ever vigilant as to whether or not my wife is going to come in with some other type of prank today. Those of you that watched the video yesterday know that she attacked me with probably the most disgusting smelling silly string I've ever smelled in my life. But it was from the dollar store, so who knows where it was made. Okay, boy, this soap's amazing. Okay, so that was the new to me part. Now comes the scared part. As I said, this razor intimidates me because I've just got to have the angles just perfect. And also, I don't think that I've shaved with this razor since I've lost most of my weight. And so I was used to shaving a pretty smooth area. And now I have angles that I didn't have before. So far, so good. KJ had mentioned yesterday about his keto journey, as some if not all of you know, I have been on keto actually for 1 year and 10 days now. And I use a resource by the name of Dr. Eric Berg. And I have been doing not only OMAD, which is 1 meal a day, or OMIAD, which is 1 meal every other day, for quite some time. So it was nice to see that KJ was able to break through his stoppage point. And it's something that all of us go through on keto. During this whole COVID thing and lockdown, I'm going to strop the razor today. I forgot to do that yesterday. During this whole COVID, I did fall off the wagon a little bit. A few days having carbs that I shouldn't have been having, but pretty much back on it now, and I only gained about 6 pounds back. And wow, tremendous shave and no irritation so far. But it does take a while. Usually you have to know with keto that if you decide to cheat, leather storage time. If you decide to cheat, it's going to take you 72 to 96 hours to get back into ketosis. So you just have to, you have to just say, okay, am I willing to postpone things for a few days and your weight loss and everything else? Because right now I'm down 106 pounds from where I was. And could I be down further? Sure. But with everything going on, and you've got to, even though Dr. Berg says don't do it, every once in a while you gotta have a slice of pizza. It keeps you focused, because most keto food, although it's getting better, does require some cooking, and sometimes you just don't want to cook. But I'm glad that KJ is back on his regiment, as we all are, and it's a good thing. Keto's a good lifestyle. It's not for everybody. It does require some discipline, but the energy and how you feel is amazing. Okay, let's go for pass 2. This is usually, well, not this pass. The third pass is usually where I get in trouble with this razor. And the thing I don't like about this razor is the fact that I've got to constantly know in my mind where that point is, especially when I'm going around the ears like this. I've got to know where that's at, and it's intimidating. It really is. I mean, any straight razor can rearrange your face, because these are as sharp as sushi knives, sometimes sharper. And when you're balancing sharpness, now this is where I usually get in trouble, because I have to turn my head a certain way. Now, due to my spinal surgeries, I can only go so far, thanks to falling through a roof when I was a firefighter. And during another career. Now, many have laughed about the many careers that I've had. And I'll go into that in another video someday to give you the complete history and how I ended up where I'm at now. I am a very busy individual. I don't like to be idle. And I tried retirement. And at least at this point in time, it just doesn't suit me. I also find myself very tentative with this razor at certain points. And I know that I can't stop, and I think I did catch myself. We'll see here in a minute. Because this razor, literally, if you just touch your skin with it, it'll get you. So far, I think, well, I know I was a little here and here, which hasn't bled, but I can feel it. Another little stropping. Well, everything everybody has said about the clown puke is dead on. It's amazing. Well, when you look at the list of soaps that's in it, how could it not be? What I am surprised about is through the Fire Finecraft, I can smell that rose and currant because I know that scent. But everything else is coming through nicely. It's a lot sweeter of a scent than I figured it would be. I figured there'd be more of the dark whiskey and cognac type, darker woods. But that may happen later. But definitely a 5 on the SOS scale. I mean, it's... And as far as lather is concerned, dear Lord, there's enough here. I could probably just touch the brush and it would have been enough. Slicking it up just a little bit for the last pass. Because this last pass is where I sometimes get in trouble with this razor. I should use it more. I mean, it's kind of the same feeling that KJ has with the Darwin. And I've been looking for a Darwin for a long time too. I'm just not willing to spend 800 bucks on one. And I know Bull Goose had an homage to the Darwin that sold out pretty quick. And you just don't see them come up on the market too much. But if I ever come across one, I will get it. If I had a choice between the Trader and the Darwin, I'd probably take the Darwin because they're just so cool. Okay. Last pass. And once again, with this point, this is where I usually have to be the most careful. And I cannot stop. And I do notice that with this one, I do need to stretch just a little bit more. And I do, even though I have a wet sponge here that I wipe everything on. I do need to keep the blade wet. more so than with my other blades. One thing I notice about this razor, and for those of you that ride motorcycles or have raced motorcycles or cars or whatever, this razor, more so than any of my other razors, is balancing that fine line between adrenaline and disaster. That's the one thing I will say about this razor. So exhilarating to use, but although any razor can cause damage, this one, there's a fine line, and if you cross that line, I mean, it's serious injury. I mean, not just a little bit, but serious injury. But it also just performs great. The residual slickness on this soap isn't bad. Do a little bit of cleanup. So far it looks like I'm not going to get attacked by the silly string queen today, but I don't know. She could be lurking anywhere. And a lot of times this is where I get into trouble when I'm doing my cleanup and I do my flat blade. At the end, I forget where that blade's at, and my yaw is wrong, and I'll dig that point into my skin. Now, I've never tried the Fool's Pass with this, so we'll see what happens. Not too bad. That was scary. So, well, I got through it with no too bad. See, and once again, I skipped a spot. Because I was paranoid of it. Yeah, there's a couple of spots I can feel where the point dug in. It didn't bleed, but I can see where it's a little irritated. But other than that, not bad. So now that I've completed the hashtag new to me, hashtag scared to shave, I am going, since I've been talking about them a lot these last couple of days, Nurse Dave, you have been tagged for the New to Me and Scared to Shave. So something that's new to you and something that scares you. And of course, to commemorate Dave, but once again, no 3D printed biological mammals floating. And this is actually a very nice aftershave. Very healing. And then it took care of any irritation that I had. So Nurse Dave is one. And let's see here for the number 2. You know what? Since they're buddies, let's do Dave in Kentucky. So the 2 people tagged for the New to Me and Scared to Shave are Nurse Dave and Dave in Kentucky. And you guys don't forget to nominate 2 people as well. So the talc today will be English Fern, 2 days in a row, which means I probably won't use it again in a while because I don't want to run out. But tremendous shave. I can feel the rose because that's the one of everything. That's the one E&O and fragrance oil that kills me is rose. A true rose. I can usually get away with a tuberose or a rose essence, but if it's pure. Tremendous shave. Okay, we'll finish up with the Van Cleef & Arpels Czar. It's a very spicy fougere. It's unavailable anymore. You have to get it on the secondary market. But it's one of Sharon's favorites, so I wear it and I like it. Okay, that's it. Shaving Cadre. Thank you for spending time at Barber Dave's Barbershop at home. Once again, as always, we'd like to thank you for being members of the TSC. If you haven't seen the TSC before, please join us at www.theshavingcadre.com. And don't forget our Zoom call today at 4 o'clock. If you're signed up, you'll receive some information on that. If not, please do, and I will do so. And thanks again, and I hope everybody has a blessed Sunday, and we'll see you soon.